Hey guys, it's Kevina Lorae, aka the Pleasure Princess, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is something that has been a long time coming. So many of you message me and say, hey, when are you gonna put your content on YouTube? Or you should really utilize the YouTube platform. And I put it off for so long and I have no idea why. But I am here now and I'm happy to be here. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about myself. So right now I am an intimacy coach. I usually use the term sensuality doula, and what that basically means is I help people connect with who they are as a sensual being. I use spirituality and sexuality to help you redefine who you are, stand in your power, be more confident, and thrive as a sexual being. That's what I do for a living, and I absolutely love it. But I didn't always do that. I was a personal trainer, and I loved it for quite some time. I still have a few clients that I train because they are my heartbeats. I do it because I love it, but personal training is no longer my full-time job. But if you go back a few years, maybe 3 now, I was a personal trainer and I wanted to create a page where I didn't have to show up for work. Like, I had a page, it was called the plant-based baddie at the time. No, it was called Work Me Out 101 at the time. And I wanted to create a page that wasn't for work. I needed to create a page that I could be myself. So I called it Lorae Uncensored just because I wanted it to be me, uncensored. This is who I am. It never, I could not have imagined that it would be something so big that I would end up becoming an intimacy coach. It literally just meant this is who I am and I'm showing up as myself. So that, life is funny. Life is just funny. So I created Lorae Uncensored as just a place for me to show up as me and be myself. So I started posting things. I started posting artwork that I liked and just pictures of myself. And the artwork was a little bit, not raunchy. It was just sexual of nature, but sensual and beautiful and just the type of artwork that just makes you feel sensual and like loved and just, you know what I mean. So I started to share that type of artwork because I've always really loved sensual artwork, implied nudes and stuff like that. And people started messaging me and they were like, you are so brave. You are so brave. I can't believe that you could, put yourself out there like that. And I'm like, guys, it is a painting. So I started seeing what people were into. I was like, people really like that whole sexual thing. And I was just like, how much of it do you guys want? Like, what do you want? What do you want to see? So I started taking pictures of myself and I called them sensual selfies. And I just put myself out there. And there was lots of implied nudes and stuff like that. And a lot of people unfollowed me and a lot of people posted me in group chats and talked about me. And it was a thing, it was a big thing. And people were, people were appalled. But other people were also very grateful. And that's when I realized that Bermuda really needed that type of sensual awakening. I didn't feel like I was doing much, and people were telling me how much I inspired them. I made them want to be themselves. I made them want to just share what they wanted to share without judgment. And it just became a huge thing. And I started to really think about what Bermuda needed. So then I started just giving advice about opening up and being myself and just being confident in my body and encouraging other women to do the same. And I started posting anonymous submissions for women because they would say, oh, I wish I was brave enough to do that. So I'm like, well, send me the picture. I'll post it and I'll say this is an anonymous submission. So I started doing that and it ended up being kind of like a Ask Abby anonymous submission type thing where I just wanted to empower women, and I wanted to give women a space where they can not be judged and be themselves and, you know, show up as who they really are. So I started doing that and just kind of posting about sensuality and sexuality and my belief systems. And then one day I was riding my bike, I'm riding down the road, and I was like, I should sell sex toys because people are always asking me for sex advice. People are always asking me about toys. People want to know that stuff from me, and I'm putting them on to other companies. I should sell sex toys. And I just instantly remember like a warmth over me. I felt so happy. I felt like I was gonna cry. Every cell in my body was dancing because this is what I wanted to do. I literally was like, yo, I'm gonna sell sex toys. And Aphrodite's Playground came to me like, again, in meditation. That's how I know it was divine. I tell people all the time that I'm riding my bike, like that is like the ultimate meditation for me because I can clear my mind. And I came up with the idea of Aphrodite's Playground while riding, and I came up with the name for Aphrodite's Playground while riding. And I remember I messaged my support system and I was like, Aphrodite's Playground, that is my store. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to sell sex toys. So I started my business, and I was in a job that I absolutely hated. Wow, I did not. I was in a job that I absolutely hated, and I didn't feel appreciated, and I was damn near like running the place. And I just remember the excitement that I felt knowing that I was gonna open my own toy store and I was gonna have something that was mine, and that when I busted my ass, it was gonna be for myself. And I could share this with the world. I could share this with Bermuda, and I could remove some of the stigma surrounding like sexuality in Bermuda. And it was such a big deal for me, and I got to work right away. And what's crazy is that all my life, I will come up with these grand ideas and I could never commit to them. I would like just get started and get excited, and then I would be on to the next thing. But with this, I couldn't stop. I had to do it. Like, it was something that I had to do, and I knew that it was a part of me. So I opened Aphrodite's Playground, and because of my following, it went better than I expected. And the first couple years of business are hard. And you know what? I enjoyed every minute of it. I wasn't supposed to cry. I don't know what's happening. But I enjoyed every minute of it. And then I started to share more information. I started to study. I started to look into courses and stuff like that so that I could actually be a source for proper information, so that it's not just about sex. It's not just about being raunchy. It was about the education for me. It was about people knowing that they can take up space as a sensual being. It was about people being able to like be who they are and like fully embrace like all of them. And I wanted to be able to do that in a safe way without hurting anyone. So I knew I had to get a life coaching degree. I knew I had to take sensuality courses. I knew I had to educate myself and read as much books about sexuality that I could. So that's what I started to do. So then when I felt confident enough, when I felt like I've digested enough information to help people, I started offering coaching, and it has been the most fulfilling thing that I have ever done in my life. I have the most beautiful clients, and I really admire the way they are dedicated to their sensual growth. I love the way that they listen to me and they take my advice, and they just appreciate the value of what I offer. I also became a Reiki practitioner because I wanted to learn more about the sacral chakra, which is related to sensuality, and that took a life of its own, because the reason I got the Reiki certification was to learn how to balance the sacral chakra. And now I am a Reiki practitioner that practices frequently, and I enjoy it. I love laying hands on people and being able to heal them spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally. I love that. So what I offer now is kind of like mix up of like intimacy coaching, Reiki healing, body positivity coaching. I'll talk more about the body positive movement in another video because this actually took a life of its own. But yeah, I started to offer like a combination of that, and even my services are not one thing. If I know that somebody needs intimacy coaching and Reiki, we'll do a mixture of both. I'm just here to help, you know? And people always ask me, like, what are your services like? And I'm like, whatever you need. I will listen to you, I will digest what you're saying, and I will put together something that is unique to you. And honestly, this has been the most fulfilling work. I just can't believe that this is my life. I can't believe that I get to wake up and just talk about sex and intimacy and relationships, and I love it. Oh, and then and then me and my best friend, Tian, one of my best friends, we started a TV show. So we wanted to start a podcast called Lorae Uncensored, and someone reached out to us, and we had a TV show that was actually on TV, Lorae Uncensored, unpacking thoughts and ideas surrounding sex, shame, and everything in between. That is a shortened version of it, and for some reason I have forgotten the spill that I say 5 million times a week. But yeah, Lorae Uncensored is a dope ass podcast. So we don't do the TV show anymore. We are going to bring that to the YouTube platform, so look out for that. But Lorae Uncensored is a podcast where we unpack thoughts and ideas constructed by society in regards to body image, sex, shame, and everything in between. There we go. But you can check that out on SoundCloud, Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher, and Apple Podcasts. It's a really great show, and I'm not saying that just because I'm a host. I really love like interviewing people that are in the field of sensuality, sexuality, people that don't even work in this field at all but have really great ideas when it comes to body positivity, sex positivity, stuff like that. Just recently we interviewed a wonderful doula named Riva, who runs Loquat Roots, and that was great. So anyway, the podcast is kind of like us just talking about things that need to be talked about. So I would definitely check that out. Anyway, this has kind of taken a life of its own. So finishing up, what you can expect from this page. You can expect videos about sex positivity, videos about body positivity, rituals about both of those things, relationship advice, intimacy advice, just sensual movement. You can expect just basically everything that I offer in little videos on here. So thank you for listening. It has been truly a pleasure. I didn't expect to cry today. I am excited to offer this. I'm excited to offer this video platform. I'm excited to connect with you guys more. And if there's anything that you want to hear about, let me know. And yeah, thanks for watching. Have a great day.